Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm going to be talking about the Celtics Raptors game. And sorry, I'm just really tired right now. But also, can you subscribe to the channel? Let's try and hit 805 subs today. That would mean a lot. It's my dream job, but I do it all day, every day, so that would mean a ton. We're looking at the game. The Celtics did beat the Raptors, eliminated them 4-3, which does hurt. The Raptors were my finals pick, but I did beat the Heat to beat the Bucks. So now it'll be Heat versus Celtics. I'm picking Heat for the series. I don't know about you guys. Tell me in the comments, Heat or Celtics for who you think is going to finals. Be looking at this game, very defensive game. Kemba with 14, 5 for 16 though. Smart with 16. Tatum really went off, 29, 12, and 7. Jaylen Brown with 21, but 10 for 17 from the field. Very efficient, 4 steals. Robert Williams, 4 and 6. I mean, the bench really didn't do anything for the Celtics. Put up 7 points, but in a game where there was only 92 points scored for the team, 87 for the losing team, makes sense. Really low scoring game. It was focused on defense. Kyle Lowry went 16, 6 and 4, 5 for 50 from the field, but he really provided great defensive impact. VanVleet with 20. Anunoby really kind of choked the game. 4 points, 7 boards, 0 for 2 from 3. Siakam 13-11, Gasol 6-5-3, Powell 11, Ibaka 14 and 8. Now, and looking at this game, you can't really blame it on anyone. The Celtics did pull away in the fourth quarter, winning the fourth quarter by 4, winning the game by 5, and yeah, and you can't really be mad at anyone for the Raptors. Celtics. I mean, look at the Celtics here, great year, really big year for Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown really stepped up, Kemba Walker, They have a chance to go to finals. And for the Toronto Raptors, I mean, didn't have pretty much any expectations going into this year. Was the third best team in the East, I'd say. Yeah, third best team. I'm just going to say by games in the series against the Bucks. So third best team in the East. And I had pretty much no expectations. But if you're pitching this year, I think you could also use this year as a pitching year for the Giannis situation. And if you want Giannis to go into free agency, you're like, we almost beat the Celtics. We almost went to the conference finals without Kawhi, without you. Imagine with Giannis. I think they could really use that as a pitching situation, but the turnovers really lost the game for the Raptors. I mean, 18-10. I'm kind of mad because 23-16 of fouls. Yeah, I don't like that. I feel like the refs just weren't good in the last few minutes. That was really when I really zoned in on the game. Like the last 5 minutes, they weren't good for any side. I mean, there's a stretch of times where I'm like, the Celtics are getting all the calls, and then another stretch of times where I'm like, the Raptors are getting all the calls. There were some bad calls this game. Very bad calls. Did it decide the impact? Result? Maybe. It could have. I mean, looking at this game, I mean, if you're the Raptors, you just have to look back and say, this was a great year. Weren't expected to do this good. And it looks like we're going to have a great chance at Giannis, and we could really use this as a pitching year for Giannis. And if you're the Celtics, I mean, you're not really trying to get any big free agents, so I mean, you're really using this as a Tatum progressed this year, Brown progressed this year, Kemba was on the team this year, Gordon Hayward did good this year. This was a huge growing year and a really good year for the Boston Celtics, and this also means that Taco Fall has a chance to go to the finals. I think we all should think. Now, I mean, I'm just going to be talking about some of the stats throughout the series, throughout this game. I mean, it was really Jayson Tatum this game. 3 turnovers, 44 minutes. And he had such a big impact on the game. It's more than the 29, 12, and 7. They're not going this far, and their bench almost choked at the Celtics. They really need to make that an issue, which is why I think the Heat are going to beat the Celtics. And their bench is just horrendous. I do not know when the series is supposed to start. I believe it's September 15th, most likely. this series is supposed to start, but they haven't revealed it yet. I don't know if I want to make a video on that. But I'm sorry, Celtics fans. Raptors fans. If you're a Raptors fan right now, and I get it if you feel disappointed. Looking at Fred VanVleet, tremendous year, but he's a contract year. I don't know if they're going to be able to get Fred VanVleet. And 18 points per game, 7 assists, 4 boards, 41% from 3, 41% from the field, 39% from 3, 2 steals per game. I don't know if the Raptors can replace that. And with who? Norman Powell? He's not going to be able to replace that. OG Anunoby, he's not going to be able to replace that. The good thing about the Raptors is they literally have 7 players who are good enough to start. In like an average team. Lowry, VanVleet, Anunoby, Siakam, Gasol, Powell, Ibaka. Why are you playing Matt Thomas? I'm confused by this. He got 11 minutes per game, and he's got 9 in the playoffs. This series, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 18 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Why is he playing 18 minutes in one of the games? This shouldn't be happening. Matt Thomas shouldn't be having to play 18 minutes. I know they played like everyone in that game, but 18? I'm not going to blame any coach or anyone on this loss. But I think for the Celtics, you're really looking ahead to the Heat. What mismatches can you abuse for Bam? Can you try and set him up on someone? Because I think Bam is going to be guarding Jayson Tatum. What are you going to do with Kemba? What are the Heat going to do with Kemba? But, how are you going to stop Bam? How are you going to stop Jimmy Butler? I don't know a player that can stop Bam. I'll probably assume that Jayson Tatum is going on Bam. Jaylen Brown or Marcus Smart probably on Jimmy Butler. And probably a big question that we're not really thinking of right now. Could Gordon Hayward return this series? I heard a couple days ago that 6 days ago, he entered the bubble or did the re-enter process. Still don't know if he'll return the series, but he could return late in the series, which how much of an impact would that really bring? And, it's really going to be like, I don't know how you're going to stop the Heat's depth with the depth that the Celtics have, especially with Marcus Smart out, with Gordon Hayward out. They're going to need Gordon Hayward. And, look at the Heat team. It's good. I'm looking back behind. They got, 8 players that could be starting. Goran Dragic, he's been going off. This last series, he went off. Duncan Robinson, Spacer, Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder, Bam Adebayo, then on the bench, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, Kelly Olynyk, Andre Iguodala. And all those players are extremely good for the Boston Celtics. Kemba, Smart, Tease, Tatum Brown, Robert Williams, do you consider him as good as... Probably as good as Iggy, but... Kelly Olynyk? No. And they have... the Heat have 8 players that are better than... And they have 8 players. And... I pretend the level's, right here. The Raptors have 8 players above that level. Celtics have... Heat. Celtics have 5. They don't have a 6th. It's really just a depth factor for the Celtics. If they can move past that, that'd be good. 7 games, that's going to hurt them a lot, especially that the Heat finished the Bucks series in 5. And for the Toronto Raptors, you're really just looking ahead to this offseason, really, how to keep Fred VanVleet. Need to trade Gasol, Anunoby, one of those players to keep him. What do you do with Kyle Lowry? Do you push for DeMar DeRozan or Gordon Hayward? Really, DeMar DeRozan, what do you do with Kyle Lowry? What do you do with Marc Gasol? What do you do with Serge Ibaka? What do you do with Fred VanVleet? It's really a lot of questions. And then how are you going to set up your run next year for Giannis, or potentially this trade deadline, or potentially that offseason, if the Bucks are just putting him on the trade market, which I don't think they will. They said that he won't leave, but I think this will be kind of like a Kyrie Irving situation. I do think he will leave if the Bucks don't win the finals next year. And I think if they made the finals this year and then made the finals next year, lost both of them, I think he still might stay. They're going to have to win the finals, or at least go to Game 7 or Game 6. But yeah, I mean, tell me, what do you guys think of the series? Tell me what you guys think of the refs. And Heat or Celtics? I'm predicting Heat in 6. Just my on-spot thing. I'll probably change it sometime. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Be healthy, stay safe, and peace.